So let's resume after this demonstration of the digital twin ocean with Commissioner Kubilius, and well, we are opening a dialogue on the operational part of this this activity, and well, it's my pleasure to welcome you. We hear from Commissioner Karis, that is the ocean, you're the space, the defense and space, and thank you very much for your time and listening to you now.
Well, first of all, really, it's very impressive what we have seen here. And I started to think a little bit what are the similarities in between of ocean and space. And my answer was to myself very simple. Those are two, let's say so, new frontiers where really we need to learn much more about two of those, different areas, different spaces, and also where we need to look for how those new frontiers can bring a lot of added value to our life here on Earth. And here comes also exactly that space can bring a lot of knowledge about what is happening in oceans. And we have seen really what can be achieved. And definitely Copernicus here is showing its abilities on the highest level. And I'm really very much proud that we are able to do that. And this European digital twin of the ocean is something which we need to be, and we can be very much proud. So thanks a lot for what you are doing, and we're happy to continue and to develop new capabilities and new possibilities.
Thank you very much. And you said something this morning, interoperability by design, which I believe is exactly what we are doing here. So you can count on us and partners to do more and more in this vein.
So yeah, I agree absolutely.
So thank you very much. So I don't know what is your plan, Commissioner. If you have to leave, I thank you again for your time. And I would like to continue this dialogue with my two preferred partners for what regards operational oceanography. With Maja is the executive director of the European Maritime Safety Agency. So it's the maritime security. And Phil is the Director General of UMETSAT, the operational branch of our space, ocean and weather. And I like being there in between because then we have the space, we have maritime security, and we have marine environment, maritime and marine. And I would like first maybe to give you the floor, Maja, to explain a bit more what EMSA is doing and how what you see about this operational mission and how this is so important for what we were presenting today.
Thank you, Pierre. Thank you for inviting me to join you today, and congratulations for the successful launching of what really is important and potential project. When space meets the ocean and the other way around, what we create is, I believe, the ocean of opportunity in the real sense. We are Maritime Safety Agency, meaning that we are shipping centric. So, and partially in a good deal of our work is operational. What does that mean? When we were established, we are established to ensure the high uniform level of maritime safety, security, and sustainability of maritime transport. This is the quote from our funding regulation. Translate into the practice, it means that we are developing a toolbox and services to support all those performing in maritime domain. in real terms. So when we speak about the operational in the context of shipping, we mean real time. So that's why we were invited to develop a broad maritime picture, which, as far as I know, you had the opportunity to see in EMSA, combining the data coming from different resources, from ship sensors to Earth observation. We are also one of the entrusted entities for Copernicus, for maritime surveillance, coming for our ARPA services, ROV services, fuse it, integrate it, and disseminate it to all those operating in maritime domain. Not just the maritime administration, but a very broad Coast Guard community. So over 800 just administration in Europe, but also the security-related missions like ASPIDES, organization like Europol, border control, name it. So we have pretty good knowledge, let's say, on maritime transport, but we are not that knowledgeable when it comes on the platform in which we are operating, the oceans. So where I see the potential is the combination of two. So it could be a very successful two-way cooperation where I see the potential of using the data coming from DigitalOcean, but also filling the DigitalOcean with real-time data which we operate in the house.
It would be fun. It will be fantastic. Thank you very much, Maja. So Phil, we have a long-standing cooperation on operational activity, but maybe you could elaborate a bit on what UMETSAT is doing and your role into this, and what you think about this operational dimension of what we do together.
Thank you. Well, just to say a little bit about UMETSAT more broadly, we're an operational provider of satellite data, traditionally for the meteorological community, where over decades there's been a strong relationship with that community, providing reliable data to support their modelling. And I think it's important to emphasise one particular point, that the jump from a service that's provided every day, 24/7, to something that is genuinely operational is not trivial. Being operational is very important. And the more critical the services you support, the more challenging being operational is, because it's a lot about validation and calibration of data, service availability standards, resilience, and contingency. So being operational is very demanding. Now, in the ocean area, our satellites, or satellites that we operate, provide a lot of information that's relevant for Mercator and the ocean community. From our core satellites, METOP and METOP second generation. From satellites, we operate on behalf of the Commission, Sentinel-3A and B, and Sentinel-6A and B, and also satellites that we operate as part of a wider global collaboration, JASON and other follow-on ocean altimetry satellites. So we already do a lot, but I think what we're doing now, and I think we've got to the position where we're fulfilling with the ocean community what we've traditionally done with the meteorological community, which is providing resilient, reliable data. And I think it's important to recognise that because the blue economy is so important and so critical in ways that I don't think are fully understood sometimes, the provisional of operational data to support those services is absolutely crucial. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Phil. I see that we have only 2 minutes left, so we will finish on time. But Maja, I just want to give you the opportunity to say what could be your best wishes for the next MFF, for the coming decade, for what regards this operational activity that you're developing at EMSA, and how we could maybe work together a bit better or further to develop things.
On 18th of January, our new funding regulation containing our expanded mandate has entered into the force. Among other things, we are tasked to develop within EMSA the European Maritime Awareness Center, 24/7 operational center with two types of tasks. One is strictly operational, so supporting authorities in emergencies, being that search and rescue, pollution cases, name it. The other part of the activities of the Maritime Awareness Center will be a longer-term prediction, risk assessment, to raise the resilience in maritime domain. In both of these pools, I see the potential for fusing data from both, let's say, prospect, being that the maritime transport or being the ocean-related data. Of course, because I personally always hate the silo approach, and I sincerely believe that that should be also recognized through strategic documents, and it is, but also through MFF. We should not duplicate, we should work together, all of us working in the similar area. Nevertheless, the devil is always in the details. So it is important that we understand the technical background of our respective projects to ensure that they speak together.
Okay, we will do that. Thank you very much, Maja. Phil, the same question to you.
Sure. Well, I just wanted to follow up specifically on that point, which I think is an interesting one. Europe will succeed on the basis of cooperation and collaboration, and that is supported by interoperability, common standards, recognizing the expertise that sits in organizations like Mercator and making sure that they're exploited. I think it's absolutely crucial. Will underpin the development of European capability and underpin the sovereignty that Europe so desperately needs. In terms of the specific question, and I'll be very brief, as an operational organisation, I would like to see funding that supports the sustainability and continuation of systems that already exist. That there is continuity and support for ocean-related observing systems, and that, for example, the DTO, it's a fantastic development, but actually, really to exploit it and to make use of it, it needs funding to develop it and improve it, and it needs funding to operate it in a sustainable, reliable way. Because if we don't do that, the applications will never happen, it won't get used, and we won't crystallise the benefit that the DTO has in potential. So.
Well, thank you very much. Just one thing, I'm doing something which is fantastic these days. We are transforming Mercator into intergovernmental, which means that I have bilateral discussion with every European member states, and we are fully aligned with what you've just said. And having this intergovernmental organization fully devoted to the digital ocean, working with this EU agency, EMSA, working with this intergovernmental organization, UMETSAT, but also ESA, or national center such as NOC, or the industry such as Cloudflare, will be great. This is exactly what we want to do, so I want just to thank you warmly for your participation, also the speakers for the previous panel, also the two commissioners for the time, and also all of you for your being with us and participating to this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.